Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing a cryptocurrency that I mentioned around 3 months ago, and I was predicting that 1.3 cent level is going to be hit, and it perfectly hit my price target. As you guys can see, it was forming a bear flag and I was predicting that 1.3 cent level. As you guys can see here, this was the video and I'm talking about SaucerSwap, and I do think it is going to be 100x cryptocurrency within the next bull market cycle. If 𝗕𝗪𝗪 runs, I believe this cryptocurrency is going to do a crazy outperformance in your crypto portfolio. Now, when I was mentioning this pattern, I was predicting 1.3 cents and it's formed quite a lot of patterns since then. So it went below my price prediction actually. So once it hit 1.3 cents, it's continued to go lower and it went down to around that 1 cent level. So 1 cent right on the dot. And ever since that 1 cent level, that low that formed, it's been rallying. But I want to show you guys, I want to talk you through a few patterns that has been forming as of late. So before we made that low, ever since it broke down from that bear flag that I mentioned, it was forming a falling wedge. Most of you would know if you trade, this is a bullish pattern. So usually it breaks to the upside rather than the downside. But in this case here, it did something called an overthrow. So it essentially scared a lot of people. It would have caught a lot of people off guard down around that 1 cent level. They would have sold, they would have said, oh, it's breaking, it's gone, it's going to zero, whatever. However, that was not the case. It was only down there for like 3 days and then it quickly rallied back above, and the rest, as we know, is history. So I just want to give some quick little TA education for you guys there. So as of lately, it's been within a bear flag. So from that low, at that 1 cent low, it's been in an uptrend, right? Now I want to show you something else. I'm going to pull up a ratio chart called, it's the SaucerSwap cryptocurrency versus 𝗕𝗪𝗪. So divided by 𝗕𝗪𝗪, and it's going to give you a ratio chart. So, what is SaucerSwap in relative performance to, 𝗕𝗪𝗪. So during this bear flag, it did have a miniature bull flag and it's already hit that price level. So I wouldn't be in it here if you were to go long. I would rather, wait on the sidelines and wait for it to break. Now, there is the possibility it could break to the upside, don't get me wrong. So I would say 8 times out of 10, there's an 80% chance we do break lower here. Now there is that, possibility it could break to the upside. So there is that 20% chance it could break above. Now, where would I be invalidated at? Where would I start flipping from bearish to bullish? I would say this level right here at around 1.8 cents. So as you guys can see here, it acted as support, chopped sideways here, acted as support before it finally had that flush lower. So right now, this is what I don't like. So when you look at SaucerSwap's kept acting as resistance. Someone keeps buying it up, but they immediately dump back into it. So all those wicks are telling you a story. Someone's buying, but a bigger fish is essentially, or a bigger whale is dumping into the retail here. So someone's buying, but there's a bigger whale that is filling the bags. So they're taking the profit. They're taking, they're dumping their sauce. And, that's why you keep getting these massive rejection wicks at around that 1.8 cent level. So if we were to break above here, I would be flipping more towards the bullish case. However, like I said, this pattern is bearish. 8 times out of 10, these do break to the downside. Now, where would the technical move be for the downside if this were the case? So you go from the lows here and you go up to around when this started from the breakdown. So you had this massive, essentially simultaneous move to the downside. It was just one big move to the downside. Now you extend this trendline tool. This is going to be your technical move for this bear flag here. Now you guys can zoom out and we can see it's around 208. So potentially we could pierce the 1 cent level. Now, this is what gets me really excited. If SaucerSwap goes down to that level that I'm predicting for the technical move of this bear flag, the cryptocurrency market cap for SaucerSwap is going to be ridiculously cheap, like super, super cheap. So down at that level at 208 of a cent for SaucerSwap, the market cap is going to be so low, something like this, it's more likely, you know, the lower the market cap, and if you were to buy into these low market cap altcoins, you know, you have a higher chance of making a 10, 20, 50, even possibly 100x your money. So down at those levels, you know, me personally, I am going to continue to fill my bag down at that level. So I bought around that 1.3 cent level, you know, and it's currently just a bit above that level where it's currently sitting at 1.5 cents as we speak today in this video. Now, if it goes down to that level, I think, you know, the possibility of it going a lot higher, you know, 10, 20, 50, 100x, you have a much more success. So the market cap down there, I've done the math, it's going to be around $3 to $4 million. So $3 to $4 million. If it 100x's, you just need this cryptocurrency to go to $300, $400 million in market cap. Now, what's even more exciting is when you have a look at all these decentralized tokens, Uniswap, PancakeSwap, Trader Joe, you know, even SaucerSwap, you know, all these decentralized exchange tokens. And if you have a look at their market cap when they're at their all-time highs during the 2021 bull market, they essentially all went over 500 million, and, you know, most of them went over $1 billion in market cap. So, you know, people who say this can't happen for SaucerSwap, you know, I think there's a very large chance it could happen down at these market caps, $3 to $4 million. Even if it were to do a 10x, it's essentially matching some of what these, you know, low market cap decentralized exchanges are currently trading at. So to say a 10x is not on the cards, you know, that's just, you know, stupid. I do think, you know, down at that market cap, it is going to be ridiculously cheap. You know, I think it's going to be one of the best times if it happens to buy down at that level. If it goes down there, you know, if you guys throw $1,000 in, I think it's a very good trade. You know, rather than throwing $1,000 in a meme coin, this project actually has utility. They've got the version 2 tokenomics coming out, and, you know, it looks really, really good with the source buybacks. And, you know, to disregard this project, I think that's really, really silly, guys. You know, I'm super bullish on this project. You know, I said it could 100x, and if it goes down to that level, I think it's very easily that's the case. It could happen. Now, I want to show you guys something else. So this is the ratio chart here that I mentioned before, SaucerSwap versus 𝗕𝗓𝗪. So at the all-time high when Source was trading around 4 cents, one source could buy you 70% of a 𝗕𝗓𝗪 token. So if you were to swap your source back to Hedera, you would have brought yourself 70% of a Hedera token, right? So one, you know, not one 𝗕𝗓𝗪 coin, but 70% of one. Now we're currently trading around 30%. So it's dropped more than 50% from the highs. But what gets me even more exciting, I do think there is the possibility, just like I said, if SaucerSwap were to break down here, I do think SaucerSwap is going to underperform relatively to 𝗕𝗓𝗪 token. So I'd rather want to be invested in Hedera, the token, rather than SaucerSwap here. If this bear flag were to break down, we could expect SaucerSwap to do something like this. So it's going to underperform around 27%. So we're going to be talking about around 21%. So at that ratio, that means one 𝗕𝗓𝗪 is going to buy you like 5 source. So that's a pretty good thing if you ask me. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this before or not in the other video, but SaucerSwap only has 1 billion coins hard capped, and 𝗕𝗓𝗪 has 50 billion. So, you know, picking up this coin, you know, at less, you know, if it goes down to those levels, that $3 to $4 million in market cap, you know, that is just crazy cheap. You know, myself, I will continue to fill my bags down at those levels. I brought that 1.3 cent level, like I said, that hit in my price prediction for that bear flag in that video I made 3 months ago. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really hope I could shine some TA and educational for the technical analysis in the charts. And I hope you guys, you know, buy some SaucerSwap down at those lows. I do think, you know, even like $100, you don't need to allocate a very, like a small percentage of your crypto portfolio into some of these low market cap altcoins could, you know, serve very well during the bull market that's going to come. You know, I'm expecting once we have the Bitcoin halving 2024, 2025, I'm expecting, you know, some type of bull market during around those 2 years. And then I do think we are going to have a bear market around 2026 because they seem to follow like a 4-year, you know, it's just like a cycle, you know, a clockwork cycle. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found some useful information out of this video. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the very next video. 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗧 out. Peace.